I'm going to talk about wholetailing on this episode. I have talked about this a few times on this channel, but I am making yet another episode on this strategy because I think it's so powerful right now, and I want to encourage you to consider it. And there are so many benefits currently that I'm seeing about doing this. I'm going to share everything with you, and there are benefits that I guarantee you that you're not thinking about, and I will share specific examples and specific stories that show you these benefits. And for those newer to the term of what wholetail means, when I say wholetail, what I mean is that you're purchasing a home that is in need of renovations or in need of some sort of updating. You close on it, you clean it out, you do minimal work, and you list it on the open market. And so that's the process I'm going to lobby for in this episode. I'm going to give you all the reasons why you should consider it. Who am I? My name is Ryan Rice. I am a full-time real estate investor. In January of 25, I will hit 4 years full-time. And last year, we grossed over $1 million in our real estate business. And I share all of this stuff with you so that you can get some of the learnings without my scars and with the hopes that you can make some more money in your real estate business. So first and foremost, if you're a wholesaler, there is nothing more that is going to make you more money in your business. There will be no higher return than learning the skill of closing deals yourself. And I am so convicted on this, and it's drastically going to help you, and you really should learn how to do it. And here's why. Number one, you are going to learn to buy deals lower. Because if you're buying them yourself, you are the one that is taking on the risk, which means you're going to need to be more conservative. And because you need to be more conservative, you're going to get better at your sales process. You're going to you will be forced to get better, because when you're underwriting deals yourself and you're uncomfortable paying a certain amount, you're truly going to want to serve the seller, but you're truly uncomfortable to pay what it is that they want, and you're going to have to get better at sales. And a note on this, I can't tell you how many times that I've closed on a house and the seller told me that they had higher offers. It happens regularly. But this isn't a podcast on the sales process. If you want more in depth on that, I have many episodes on sales. But most recently, go listen to the $1 million script and the $1 million offer episodes. I just put them out back to back. Go listen to those if you want some more details on my scripting and on my sales process. But the second reason why learning the skill of closing on these deals yourself is going to make you significantly more money. Now that you're getting deals lower, you're going to have better margins. And this isn't where the benefits stop if you learn to close yourself. You can still wholesale these deals, right? If you're getting deals at better margins, you're going to send the deal out and you're going to start getting offers. And because your margins are better, then you're going to start to get multiple offers. And when you get multiple offers, this drives up what people are willing to pay for the house. So that's the second that's the second reason that learning how to close these deals on your own is going to make you more money. You're going to get better deals. And so there's going to be more demand for them because they are better. More demand for your deals, the better for you, the more money. All right? And so that is going to be very helpful for your business. The third part of this is the fact that you can close is one of the best negotiating tactics that I've seen. Guess, if you have the ability to close, guess who has the golden goose, the asset, the house? You do. This means that if you send your deal out and you don't get an offer that you want or that you like, then you can just walk away. You don't need to accept the buyer's offer. So if you are just a wholesaler and your buyers know that you can't close, then you lose all of your leverage. They know that if you're a decent human being, that you're going to want to prioritize not being a piece of shit to the seller, which means that you're not going to want to renege the offer that you have already put out. And your buyers know this, and it means that they have more leverage, and it means that they don't have to offer as high as they would. However, if you know how to close, then you have the golden goose, and you can just do that. So you can just say, hey, thank you, Mr. Buyer. Thanks so much for your interest and your offer. At this point, I'm just not sure how I can accept that right now. I'm going to close it myself, I think. And the power that this has is literally incredible. I have had offers jump $10,000 to $20,000 in an instant purely because I told them that I was going to close it. And I have more leverage if I tell them I'm going to close it and I'm going to clean it and then I list it, right? There is significant scarcity with that. Hey, I have this golden goose. I am going to close it, I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to put it out to the market. They know that many eyes are going to eventually be on this house. They have access to it right now. They can take action on it right now if they choose to. They want this exclusive access to the house while it's off market. This drives scarcity. Scarcity drives more. I need to have it right now, juju, which gives you more money, juju. I want to illustrate this with two recent stories that I have for you. I recently got a property under contract at $150,000. I put plans in motion to close it, to clean it, and list it. I sent it to maybe 2 buyers just to get a feel for what I might be able to get, but I decided that because the property was unique and because it was in a hot area, that I'm just going to close it and list it. After I made that decision, one of my regular buyers reached out to me and he said, hey, do you have anything? And I had this house, and so I said, yeah, actually I do. Here, feel free to check it out. He looked at it and he said, all right, I think for this reason and that reason, I could do $170K. So I would have made a $20,000 assignment. And I said, hey, thanks so much for taking a look. I think I'm just going to close on it myself. It was either the next day or maybe 2 days after, somewhere on another day, he reached out again and he said, hey, I really want this property. I'll do $225,000 and I can close in a week. That property fits perfectly with this specific strategy that I'm doing right now, and I'd like to have it. $225,000. And for those counting at home, that's $55,000 more than what he originally offered me. Now, obviously at that point, I knew he wanted it. I looked at my numbers and I said, hey, if you could do 230, then I'm in. And he said, yes. So because I was comfortable closing on the property and I had that skill, and in this case, because of how the timing of how it all worked out, I actually did end up closing it. But because that I had the skill of closing it, I made $60,000 more than his original offer. Now, could you imagine if I didn't have the skill of closing it? This was a foreclosure property. The last thing I would have wanted is for her to lose the house, for her to not get any benefit. I would have just sold it because I want to make sure that she doesn't lose the house. And at the end of the day, I would have made 20 grand. Good deal, right? But because I could close it, I made $60,000 more. Not $500 more, not $1,000 more, not $10,000 more. I made $60,000 more of the monies. And if this story alone does not immediately motivate you to learn how to close deals yourself and you do not currently have that skill, I don't know what is going to help you. You might as well just stop. But I am telling you, put in the work to learn the skill of how to close on it yourself, and you're going to make more money and you're going to help more people. The second story, and it's not a $60,000 example, but it's still significant. I have another property I put in contract at $160,000. My intention with this one was to assign it. And I sent it out to a whole bunch of people, and I didn't really get great feedback. I got offers anywhere from like $165 to $175K. So, I would have made a decent assignment. One buyer actually ended up offering $180K. But I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm just going to close it. I think at this price that I have it at, I can clean it up, ensure it's livable, take care of some deferred maintenance, and my guess is I'll have someone who will want to live in it and who can pay a decent price for it. And I get to list it at a lower price than what most buyers can access the home in this area for. So I'll have a bigger than normal buyer pool. And so I told my buyers, hey, look, really appreciate your interest, but I'm just going to close on it. I then had someone, it was within maybe an hour or two, come back and offer me $190,000. And that's a price that I'm probably willing to let it go and not close on it. So I am telling you, the skill of learning how to close and following this wholetail strategy is going to make you more money in 2025. And here is why I think this wholetail strategy is working. And so here is the benefit. If you actually do get to the closing table, we just went through all of the reasons why learning the skill of how to close as a wholesaler is going to help you. If you actually do close on it and end up wholetailing it, here is why I think this is working. The market is still hot enough where there are tons of retail real estate investors that are actively in the market. And there are still people flooding in to learn how to flip houses and do rentals. Meaning there's literally, I don't know how many there are. It feels like there's millions of people that are flipping houses right now. Inflation has driven up the price of assets, which makes flipping appealing. And since there's more demand for flipping, having the golden goose of a property that needs to be flipped is desirable. More demand, lower supply, higher price. This benefits the person that has the golden goose, which is you, because you've closed on it. Second, for homes that you're wholetailing and they're livable, you open up a housing opportunity for an owner-occupant who otherwise might not have been able to afford that house. And that's so great in so many ways. You're helping more people afford more housing. And so you can sell to potential financed buyers who don't care about making a profit, which means they're going to pay more than an investor will. So if you are not doing this strategy in 2025, I'm going to go as far as to say that you're making less money than you could. You're helping less people than you have the potential to help. So learn how to close on more of these wholetail deals, put them on the market, create an affordable housing opportunity for people who may not otherwise be able to afford it, and happy money making. I hope you guys got some value out of that. If you did, if you could leave a rating on this podcast below, a quick tap of the thumb, that would mean a ton to me. That helps spread this podcast. Or if you want to give me the freshly baked cookie and put the ice cream on top, share this with your community, text it to another real estate investor, share it on your Instagram, help more people make more money by doing so. That would mean a ton. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.